Hello all, Melody here, mom of 4 in our blended family of 6, homeschooler for 7 years. Today's video is a challenging one for me. I would like to talk about when is it time to let go? When is it time to, I don't want to use the word, but give up? Okay, so maybe giving up is not the right word, but sometimes that's how it feels. When we choose to homeschool, usually there's a whole list of reasons why we've made that choice. When our children are very young, as parents, we want to do what's best for them, and we go through all the pros and the cons. And if you come to this decision, you've come to it hopefully with the intention that this is what's best for your kid. The challenge that I'm facing right now is my children are getting older, and my soon-to-be 7th grader has for a number of years expressed interest in attending public school. Over the course of the last several years, as we went through a divorce and a new marriage, and we've stuck with homeschooling through all of that, it's been a real struggle. I've had to fight multiple legal battles in order to continue to homeschool my kids. And I've done a lot of research about what's the best education, and it's really just reinstituted in my mind what an amazing opportunity it is to homeschool and how grateful I am to have that opportunity. And so when my 11-year-old is saying to me she wants to go to public school, it's really hard for me to process. I know that her other biological parent was really pushing that for a long time. I know that her other extended family has really been pushing that for a long time. And I feel a little bit like it's a losing battle. And I've had her stick with homeschooling. Last year, I strongly considered allowing her to attend public school, but then COVID happened. And so, well, actually, when COVID first happened and it's the 2 weeks, and then we're back to normal, when we really thought that things were going to be normal again. Do you remember that? I remember that. Okay, well, that time passed, and obviously this school year, things were not back to normal. And so I wasn't going to send her from homeschool to public school distance learning. And so that plan or that idea that was starting to formulate kind of got thrown out the window and canceled. And then we had a really good school year. She has done her work very independently. She's been proactive in her own learning. She's had a good attitude overall. And honestly, I was thinking that, well, great. She has really latched on to homeschooling. Because of COVID, the legal challenges that I had been facing every single year in order to keep homeschooling them kind of went by the wayside, because what judge in the world is going to force a kid into public school when the public schools are a hot mess because of COVID? Not going to happen. And so I finally found a little peace in our homeschool. And I realized now that I'm not having to check off all the boxes and live up to the standards that the courts want me to live up to as far as meeting societal norms for an education, this whole world of opportunity has just opened up for us. Homeschool has so many beautiful opportunities in that you can expand education far beyond what they can do in the classroom. But because I've been under the microscope for so many years, it's been really hard to step outside of what is expected, even when I know that those expectations that they have are not an ideal format for homeschooling. Well, now those expectations have been set aside, and I can really dig in and explore some more ideal homeschooling approaches. So I was getting really excited about that. And then my amazing daughter so eloquently explained to me with a very heavy dose of sarcasm and attitude, that she still really wants to go to public school. It's something that she wants to try out. And she said, I know that you think you get a better education homeschooling. She was like, but look at Don Diego. She does amazing in public school because she wants to learn. She was like, Mom, I want to learn. I'm going to learn no matter where I'm at because I enjoy learning. I want to have this new experience. I want to try this. And I got to tell you, folks, it was a kick in the teeth. There's a part of me that feels like if I allow her to go to public school, that I'm giving up, that I'm failing, that if I had done a better job of homeschooling, then she would love it more and she wouldn't want to leave and go to public school. Of course, there's a part of me that doesn't want to have less time with my child because, I like them. There's that. But then there's another part of me that realizes that I can't hold her under my wing forever. If this is an experience that she wants to try and she has valid reasons for wanting to try that, and she's still dedicated to her own education, which really is the most I can ask of any of my children, then I feel like I owe it to her to give her that opportunity. And so we had a discussion, and she's thinking about what she wants to do. We laid it out and talked about what I would require in order for that to be considered. And of course, it's something that we would have to decide with her biological father. We'd have to have this whole meeting. So everyone was on the same page. And so nothing has been decided right now, but just the fact that it's being discussed, I'm really proud of her for standing up and saying what she wanted to say. And I'm also really heartbroken at the prospect of sending her to public school next year. So silver lining, my youngest, Bean, who's 9, she is, no public school for me, she says. She's like, I want to stay here. And the prospect of her sister not being here so that it can be just me and her, she had zero problem with. She was perfectly fine with that. And so we'll see how it pans out, and I will try and keep you guys updated if you're interested. I'm curious what you guys have planned as far as how long you intend to homeschool your kids. I intended to homeschool mine all the way through high school, and how your kids' opinions play into that. Because I get it's the parent's responsibility to make the final decision on that, and at the same time, I want to foster independence and I want them to feel heard and respected. And so it's a balancing act. Every child is different. Knowing when each child is ready to take on the responsibility to have more say in that decision can be a little bit tricky. So what do you think? What have you done with that? Do you have older kids and you've already gotten to that stage? Do you have younger kids? Where are you at in that journey, and what do you foresee being challenges as far as homeschool versus public school? I've said from the beginning that we needed to take this year by year, regardless of what my long-term goals were, and that's what we've done to the best of my ability. And I'm both excited and nervous to see what happens for next year. I might just have one homeschooler left. I'm not really sure if I'm ready for that. So, anywho, thank you all for listening. Please put a comment in the comment box below. I love discussing these things with you guys. I love getting your opinions and your input. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, follow along, and I will catch you all next time.